And we are live. Welcome back to another episode, Mission Mondays, the morning huddles. Run my intro. Mission Monday, the morning huddle. Wake that ass up. Let's go. Mission Monday, the morning huddle. Let's go. Just do it. Do you? Squeeze that. Squeeze that. We getting right into it. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. We live, we up, rise and grind, rise and shine. I am your host who do the most, known from coast to coast. And yes, I like the boast. Is Be Rich. I'm in the building, and I'm back like I left my car keys. See what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it. This morning we got an awesome show for y'all, and y'all know. So let's get right into it. We ain't gonna even do that. Let's get right into it. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm up. See what I mean? I got my yeah. Got the motor running, yeah. 93 petrol right here. Straight gasoline. Let's get right into it. First quarter. First quarter. So yeah, college football is back, baby. We back. College football back in the building. We about to get into this AP preseason top 25. I believe Saturday was the first day of the kickoff, but this weekend we got some, like, this weekend is just, if you a college football fan this weekend, this your weekend. If you like me and you love this college football, this your weekend right here. This your weekend right here. We got Texas versus Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? We got LSU, Clemson. Yeah, it's going down. We about to get into all of it. We're going to break down the top 25. I'm going to give y'all my predictions, who going to the college football championship this upcoming college football season. I'm about to bring up AP top 25. I believe Texas was number one top 25. You had, out of the top 25, I think you had 10 or 12 SEC teams. It was like the most SEC teams that's been in the top 25. Georgia ranked top 5. The top 10 lineup is crazy. It's gonna be real competitive this college football season. I'm about to give y'all my prediction who going to the college football championship. It really ain't no surprise because if you was tuned in a couple of weeks ago, I already really gave my prediction who I feel gonna go and win the championship this year. But of course, I had to see what was going on with the scheduling and, some of the rosters. So I'm about to bring up the AP top 25. Y'all give me a quick second though. But yeah, Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We about to get into it. College football is back, baby. Yeah, we back, baby. And this is only for if you a college football fan, like this opening weekend is crazy. Like I'm about to bring up top 25. I'm gonna bring up the schedule for the weekend. Like it's just gonna be a good weekend to sit back. You know what I'm saying? Cut the grill on, barbecue, throw something on the grill, throw some hot dogs, some hamburgers, some ribs, some steaks. If you like me, you know what I'm saying? Prime cut steak, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, filet mignon, asparagus, some mashed potatoes maybe on the side, couple of brewskis. If you don't drink the brewskis, the wine coolers for the ladies, and not the wine coolers for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? For the kids who got the Gatorade, you don't do none of that sugar stuff, man, and just go straight water, man. But we about to get into it. I gotta bring up this AP 25. Gotta bring it up. Gotta bring it up. Gotta bring it up. Get into it. Let's get to it. Oh, they got this one. Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing some stuff. I'm working. Hold on. I'm getting into it. Let me look up. Let me see something. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now. That people, man, they ain't even got time for it, man. Let's go. We getting right into it, man. We ain't gonna hold it. Let's go. I wanted to bring up the other one, but we getting into it. Bring it back right here, right here. So this is 25 right here. Top 25. This top 25 So number one, I'm gonna go to the top 10 list right quick. I'm going down top 10. Top 10. So one on the list, you got Texas. Texas came in this year, ranked number 1. Penn State is ranked number 2 on the list this year. You got Ohio State at number 3, Clemson at number 4. Round out the top 5. 5. Top 5 again, you got Texas at 1, State at 2, Ohio State at 3, Clemson at 4, and to round off Georgia number 5. And I think that's a pretty solid list, if you ask me. I think that's a pretty solid list right there. It's no surprise. I had Miami rounds out the top 10. So that is your list. I will pull up. That is your list for this year. And you can see some of the other teams. You can see some of the other teams in the top 25. You got Oklahoma, you got Florida up there, Arizona State, Tennessee. Yeah, so that's the list. And when I'm up here, I'm about to pull up. While we up here, we're just gonna get right into it. I don't know what's going on with my camera this morning. I don't know what's going on with the camera. The camera work is crazy this morning. The camera work is crazy this morning. We gonna keep it running though. That is not gonna stop our show this morning. I promise you that though. I'll tell y'all one thing. I'm gonna pull this up big screen. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. No matter what camera, it is, I look like money. Yeah, this the money shot. No matter what camera it is. What angle, what camera. Yeah, money shot. Yeah, this money shot. Yeah. Long live Mac too. Money shot. No matter what camera it is. Both sides, my good side. You know what I'm saying? It's good and this greater. Come on, let's get into it though. So right here, you can see the top 25. See the top 25 list right here, and also you can see who everybody played this upcoming week. So first week we got Texas, Ohio State. That's the key game, number 1. I believe it's the first time the number 1 team is played a top 3 team on the road too. Like they playing on the road. It's crazy work, man. It's gonna be a crazy week, I can tell. So you got Texas, Ohio State. Another big game we got coming up. You got number 4 Clemson going at number 9 LSU. Clemson got to go to LSU. It's a big game. We got Notre Dame at Miami. Notre Dame ain't no slouch. You got Alabama, Florida State. It's a good week for college football. Open week. You got some good matchups across. If I had to pick the top game, week, of course, it's gonna be Texas at Ohio State. That's the marquee game this week. That Clemson LSU, I believe that's gonna be the most interesting game, and that Notre Dame and Miami gonna be a good matchup too, because those are good 2 programs. So my prediction goes for this week. I think it's gonna be a opening I think Texas got the most on the line this week. And I don't care if my camera good or not. Spotlight me. I look good on any camera. Straight up. Care what it look like. Run it. This is gonna be a opening week for Texas right here. Like this is gonna be this week is really it's really they week. Like as far as they got the most on the line, coming in ranked preseason #1. I predicted they would win the college championship this year. I predicted Arch Manning is gonna win the Heisman this year. I said it a couple of weeks ago. Standing on business. I don't care what the camera looked like this morning. I'm standing on business. Standing on business in all cameras. See what I'm saying? Stand on business around here. So yeah, I predicted Texas was gonna go win the championship this year, and Arch Manning gonna win the Heisman this year, and I'm standing by my predictions. If I said it, then I'm gonna stand by it. So I said it, then I gotta stand by it. So with that being said, I believe this is a marquee matchup for Texas. Texas has to come in and play this week. Like they can't afford to lose this one with their schedule this week. That camera work is crazy this morning. I don't know. I just can't get over that one. That camera work is crazy. So with that being said, Texas gotta win. They gotta go in Ohio State, and Arch gotta show them like this my year. Texas gotta show them this our year. We've been in the SEC for a couple of years. They can't mess around. They can't afford to mess around. They can't afford to mess around this year. In Ohio State, the defending champs. So what better way than to say we this our year than to knock off the champs? I predicted that they was gonna win this game. They was gonna lose to Georgia when they play Georgia. So they gotta play Georgia on the schedule. They gonna win this game. They gonna lose to Georgia later on. But they gonna redeem themselves in the SEC championship because they gonna get the rematch. If Georgia go there, they gonna get the rematch against Georgia. If not, they still gonna get a chance to redeem themselves. But I think they gonna that Georgia game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a they might struggle on that Georgia game. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? They gotta go in here and they gotta prove to everybody that they champs. They gotta prove to everybody that this their year. They gotta prove to everybody that they came to do their thing. So they to me got the most and they gotta win. You know, it's crazy. It's almost like the championship for them in the first game. They got to come out and win. They got to come out and beat the defending champs, Ohio State, and win. If they lose this Ohio State game, they really got to run the table. That's gonna be hard to do. So I got Texas beating Ohio State, and that's my that you know I might go live and watch that one live. The next marquee matchup or the next most important game this week, upcoming week, is #4 at Clemson at LSU. And this is going to be very interesting because if, if Clemson win, I think that's going Clemson saying this their year too. A lot of people got Clemson to win the championship this year too. So if Clemson beat LSU, that's gonna let us know something. If it's close, but LSU gets denied, I don't think that's nothing against Clemson because they playing at LSU. So, if it's a close game and Clemson still end up winning, I mean, if it's a close game and LSU still end up winning, I don't, Clemson's still a top 5 program to me. They just, that's tough opening weekend and go to LSU and, beat them. So Clemson got a lot on the line too, but I think they got a little bit more wiggle room. I think they can lose against LSU and they might win out and go to the SEC championship and, still have a chance to go to the playoffs and so I think Clemson can they can afford to lose, but they can't afford to lose, if you get what I'm saying. They can afford to lose, but they can't afford to lose. Clemson, LSU, I'm going to take LSU at home. I think Clemson just going on the road against LSU. You put them in a tough environment, a tough situation, and I think they're gonna learn a lot from the loss. Like it's gonna be a loss on the win-loss records, but overall, I think it's gonna be a good lesson for Clemson. Like we can't mess around, and it's gonna get them focused. But I got them losing that. I got them losing at LSU. So for that second matchup, I got LSU beating Clemson. I'm taking LSU at home. I ain't betting against LSU at home. But that's the second most important matchup. And to round out the top 10 or to round out the matchups, you got Notre Dame, number 6 Notre Dame at Miami. And Miami is ranked, number 9 or number 10? Okay, they got Miami ranked number 10. So there's another top 10 matchup coming in. I'll get back to the Alabama-Florida State game. Alabama should win that game. I got really Alabama, so I can skip that one. But my Notre Dame at Miami, and Miami Miami switched out quarterback, so they got Carson Beck, who used to play for the University of Georgia, but he went to transfer portal, went to Miami. So this is first game playing with Miami. He got Notre Dame. Notre Dame got a lot to prove too this year. I'm going to take Notre Dame to go in Miami and win that one. I'm going to take Notre Dame to win that one. So, out of the top 10, the only ones I see losing this opening week, of course, Ohio State got to take the loss. Miami got to take the loss. In that Clemson LSU game, Clemson got to take that loss. Clemson going to have to take that loss against LSU opening week. So I got Clemson losing out of the top 10. I got Ohio State number 3, Clemson number 4, and LSU number 9. And Miami number 10, losing out the top 10. Clemson got to take that loss. I don't think Clemson going in. It's gonna be a close one, but I don't see. That's gonna be hard for Clemson to go to LSU that opening weekend. And I don't think it's gonna hurt like that. It's the same with Ohio State. I think it's gonna hurt them, but it's opening weekend, so I think they can afford to lose. I don't see number one losing. I don't see Texas losing opening week. I don't see it happening. So those just my predictions for this upcoming week. Like I said, you still got that Alabama game. You still got Alabama and Florida State. Like I said, Alabama should win that one. But this all the games this opening weekend. Alabama should go to Florida State and win. They shouldn't have no trouble. They should pull that off. I don't see an upset right there. Hold on, LSU got to go to Clemson. That's different. Hold on, they said LSU at Clemson. I thought it was Clemson and LSU. Notre Dame at Miami. Yeah. Why did they? So LSU got to go to Clemson. If LSU got to go to Clemson, that's over with. They is not beating them at home. Let me see right quick. Hold on. Oh, take that back. Take that back. Hold on. Run that back, Turbo. Run that back, Turbo. Run that back. Hold on. You can go ahead and move him from the screen. Run that back, Turbo. I thought Clemson had to go to LSU. That's on me. Ain't no way LSU going to Clemson and winning. They ain't going to Death Valley. That's over with. No, there ain't going to be no upsets then, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no upset then. That's not what they said on AP. Let me go back to AP. They didn't say that on AP. They did say that. That was on me. I thought they said at LSU. Oh, never mind then. Never mind. You can wrap that one up. We can run that one back. So I got Texas beating Ohio State. I ain't know Clemson was going. I ain't know LSU was going to Death Valley. That's over with. They not beating Clemson. Clemson ain't getting upset then. Not at home. Not at Death Valley. Ohio State then is the only upset. Ohio State in that Miami game. Because Notre Dame, let me see. Notre Dame got it. Yeah, Notre Dame got to go to Miami. So yeah, those are only two. LSU not going into Death Valley and winning. They ain't pulling that one off. They ain't put Texas gonna be the only one. So I got Texas. I got Texas. Yeah, I ain't know that. I ain't know that. I thought they had to go. I thought Clemson had to go to LSU. Yeah. Whoever was playing home, I had winning that game. That's all I was really trying to get at. Whoever was playing home had winning that game. So LSU going to Death Valley. That's over with. So I got Texas beating Ohio State. I got Texas beating Ohio State. Um, yeah, Texas beating Ohio State. Clemson gonna beat LSU. Notre Dame gonna beat Miami. And Alabama they play Florida State, but Alabama should beat Florida State. That's another. But so I have my top three games this week. Texas beating Ohio State. Clemson beating LSU. Notre Dame beats Miami. And yeah. So that's college football this week. It should be good. It should be good. So we gonna keep it moving though. We gonna keep it moving. Another thing I just want to hit on right quick. Let me pull this up right quick. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. So because they the biggest thing right now in football. Every week is something going on with them. But if you don't know, so I gotta talk about the good and I gotta talk about the bad when it comes to them Sanders. You know, the good and the bad. They're doing good. And them boys balling. I gotta salute them boys. You know, they always doing their thing. But so this week it was just like a rough week for the Sanders brothers. Shador, he didn't play that good. He didn't. I think he got sacked like 5 or 6 times in that Browns game. He didn't have the best game. There's a lot of talk about him in Cleveland. You know, I think like are the Browns setting him up to fail? That is a talk. That is a discussion at this point. That's a discussion. That's a talk at this point. Like, are the Browns setting bro up to fail? Basically, you know. Do I see him starting the season? I don't think he's gonna get the starter at this point. Not after that game. He got sacked like 5, 6 times. They not starting. I don't think he getting that starting position now. I forgot who they got. Is they call? They might got Joe Flacco or something. I forgot who they got up there. They got somebody. I can't think of they. It'll come to me in a second, but I don't think Shador getting the start. I don't think he getting the start this season. I don't think he getting number one. Shiloh, he had a rough week too. I believe the Buccaneers might have. I believe the Bucks cut him. He got into an altercation. I don't know if it was on the field or off the field. I think it was on the field. He got into altercation on the field. He got into like a little scuffle, a little fight. It wasn't a good look. They kind of saying that's kind of his. He a hot, not necessarily a hot head when come on the field, but he get out there. He passionate about football. And, but you gotta learn, bro. Like you gotta be a professional. It's more than just on the field, bro. You gotta be smart about it, bro. He didn't have to do what he did. He could have just let that one kind of, get back at bro on the next play or something. Like this the NFL, bro. This professionals now, bro. This ain't college football no more. We're not playing for pops no more. You see what I'm saying? We're not playing for prime time no more. So the coach ain't gonna just let everything. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like that on the field, bro. So with that being said, you gotta move a certain way when you out there, bro. So early reports were saying they cut him, but I'm about to bring up an article. I'm about to bring up an article, and this article right here, I believe this is with, close that. I believe this article right here is with, let me do that. I believe this right here is with Fox News. This article is with Fox News, but they saying the Tampa Bay Bucks, he still might end up on the Bucks despite, you know what I'm saying, the little scuffle he had. But they saying he was waived Sunday, so Shiloh Sanders could end up being on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster for the 2025 season, despite reportedly being waived following an ejection in the final preseason game of the year. The Bucks waived the defensive back less than 24 hours after he was ejected from the team's game against the Buffalo Bills. According to multiple reports, he threw a punch at Bills tight end Zach Davison. So, I mean, Shiloh, bro, you really ain't even have to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You got to learn how to, bro, you got to learn just, like I just said, bro, like, bro, this just the pros, bro. It's the pros, bro. So they not going for all that. They not going for that, bro. So you just gonna have to learn how to just deal with being a pro, and that just, you know, I think bro he gonna be all right. I think bro gonna be all right at the end of the day. I think somebody will pick him up and give him a chance, even if him and the Bucks decide to part ways. I'm just saying, going forward, bro, this was just a good, like how I said, bro, you're not playing at the University of Colorado no more, bro. You're not playing for prime time. You're not playing for your pops no more. This is the NFL. People's getting paid. This is AD boys. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Hold on, bro. Spotlight me, bro. Shiloh, bro. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, bro. Multi-billions on the line. This ain't that, bro. They don't care that you play for your pops and what your last name Sanders, bro. They don't care that you a Sanders, and you know. It's hundreds of people in the league just as talented, bro, or if not more talented, bro. There's plenty of players. It's not a shortage of players in the league, bro. That's talented, bro. So, bro, at the end of the day, bro, you just gotta understand that. Yeah, we playing football, but this also professional. This also a business. These folks, these are billion-dollar companies. And it's a lot that goes into this, bro. So you gotta just conduct yourself a certain way on and off the field, bro. Everything don't gotta get a reaction out of you, bro. Let that one slide. Get them on the next play. It's plenty of downs, bro. It's plenty of downs. You gonna get your opportunity to get bro back, bro. You gonna have a chance to get your get back. You gonna have plenty of chances to get your get back, bro. You ain't gotta slap. And even if he did a dirty play, bro, you gotta kind of turn the other cheek sometimes, bro. If you want to be in the NFL, now you can do what you want to do, bro. At the end of the day, ain't nobody do what you want to do, bro. Play the game how you want to play it. But this is the game, bro. And if you want to play in the NFL, bro, tighten up, bro. That's it. I ain't gonna sit too long on this one, so just, you know what I'm saying, like, little bro, just tighten up. And no, everything you don't have to get your get back right then and there, bro. Wait a couple of more downs. Then get your get back. Wait till you play him again. You might not play that same player. You might not see him again for another season or two. Then you get your get back, bro. But you ain't got to get it right then and there, and you ain't got to get it like that. They not going for that one in the NFL, bro. I'm tell you that right now. They not going. They don't care who you with, bro. They will. Man, you ain't the first, bro, and you not gonna be the last when it comes to that shield, bro. When it comes to that shield, you not the first, and you not gonna be the last. They don't care about none of that. You can be a star athlete on the field and have something going on off the field. Them folk will, yeah, cut him. He too much. He a liability. It's bad for the brand. I don't play that. Not when it come to their brand, bro. They not going for that one, bro. Not when it come to their brand. That's their bread and butter at the end of the day. So they don't care nothing about that, bro. They don't care nothing about how much talent you is. If you ain't showing us you up here with it, then kick rocks. We'll find somebody else. We'll replace you. You replaceable in the NFL. You replaceable, bro. So I ain't gonna sit too long on bro. I ain't gonna sit too long on, bro. But yeah, tighten up. I ain't gonna really go into Shador. Like I just said, he didn't have a good game. He got sacked. He didn't have a good game. I ain't gonna really go too much in on, bro. I'm really gonna keep it moving on them boys. I just wanted to touch on it, but I'm gonna really just keep it moving on them boys. But like I said, Shador, I don't see him. I don't see him getting a start week 1. They might bring him in, but he ain't getting a start week 1. He ain't getting a start week 1. So we gonna keep it moving. We're gonna touch on 1 or 2 more sports topics before we get up out of here. So y'all know, like, one of my top 3 sports, if not my, yeah, it's top 3. It's top 3 because I change them out. It's definitely a top 3 sport. Sometimes it's number 1, but tennis is my sport. I don't know if y'all know. So yeah, if you ain't a tennis fan, you can turn this section. We talked about the football and the college NCAA. I gotta talk about tennis. So as y'all know, the U.S. Open is one of the 4 major tennis tournaments. You got the U.S. Open along with the Australian Open, the French Open, and it's the U.S. Open. Hold on, it's U.S. Open, French Open, Australian Open, and the Wimbledon. Yeah, that's the 4 major ones in tennis. I'm tripping. That's the 4 major ones in tennis. The U.S., the French, the Australian, and the Wimbledon. So the U.S. Open is one of the 4 major ones, and that's the one in the States. And that's the tournament that's going on right now. So it is the first round of the U.S. Open. So I just want to see some of the matchups. So
at Granger, we have.
How you doing the most, bro? I'm trying to pull up the whatchamacallit. I don't want to pull up. All right, here we go.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this.
So yeah, you got the opening round of the U.S. Open, and the big takeaway from the U.S. Open was where he at. I can't find him, but I know. So they said the big takeaway from the U.S. Open was I know I'm gonna mispronounce his name. I think it's Dimitri, but I want to say he like had a moment. He yelled at the umpire. I mean, he yelled at the chair umpire, or he kind of like. And I want to say he lost too. He lost in 5 sets. Yeah, he went off on the chair umpire. So we about to watch it right quick.
What did Riley Opelka say? What did Riley Opelka say? He is ready to serve.
Really hard done by, but he has completely lost control of his emotions here.
Please, ladies and
but I think the last couple of months he's been the better player. The difference to the outcome here.
Can serve as the champ.
What happened with Dimitri? I don't think he was playing good. And bruh just lost it, bro, to be honest with you. I don't think he wasn't having a good game. He was already down 3 sets and bruh just lost it. I mean, in tennis, you really don't see that happen too often. In tennis. They normally they have a code of conduct on the court where they don't really show a lot. They don't really I'm gonna be honest, he crashed out. In tennis terms, it don't look like if you don't watch tennis, it don't look like that. Like it just look like okay, what he just kind of But if you watch the game of tennis, like that was a crash out, bro. Like that might be a top 10, maybe a top 5 crash out all time in tennis. If you watch it, they just don't do that in tennis, bro. It's not a game like that. I don't. To be honest, I heard about the clip. I didn't watch the game, so I'm not quite sure. But from the look of it, it looked like bro was complaining about the serve because it was interference, and like he had something to say about the serve. And bro just lost it really from there, bro. And you can see the crowd too. Like they wasn't a fan of that because they know in the game of tennis, like they really you know, they kind of have like a code of conduct when it comes to tennis. You don't really see that in tennis like that. Like they really don't trip like that in tennis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they really don't trip like that in tennis, bro. I don't know why he was tripping that hard on the serve. I think honestly he was just mad because he was down 3 sets. That's what I honestly think. Bro was down 3 sets. If you look at it, he was losing. He lost that first one, second one. He down that third one 5-4. I mean, and he just kind of went off the rails. So that was the big takeaway from tennis this weekend. Like with bro just kind of losing it. And it happens, bro. These players and stuff, they be under a lot of stress too when it comes to this professional sports, bro. They got, they be competing at such a high level. They got a lot of personal stuff going on. They train year round. So it just looked like bro was just completely fried. Like he just kind of had a moment where he snapped. He just probably been under a lot of pressure playing in these tournaments. I think Brett had hurt his leg either this year or maybe that was like sometime last year. I remember him hurting his leg. So that, he getting over the injury. That might have something to do with it. It happens, bro. Yeah. Hopefully, just at the end of the day, bro, just realized like he was kind of tripping and he worked on it. I did have one more topic, but I think I'm gonna skip that topic. I had one more topic, but yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that topic. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that topic. Especially with this camera work. This camera work been crazy this morning. This camera work has been crazy this morning. We about to wrap it up. We about to get out of here, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Before we get out of here, though, I'm gonna run my intro one more time. Everybody hit the like button, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's free, helps the content grow and go a long way. Before we get up out of here, intro. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Wake up. Let go. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Let go. Rise and shine. Rise and grind. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another episode of the Morning Huddle Mission Mondays presents with your host, B Rich. We here every Monday morning to talk about everything sports. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate all the views, likes, comments, and shares. And until next time, we will see you here. We out.